Hello, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Let's wait for our speakers to join.
Good morning. Good morning. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, 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 yes. We can hear you.
Awesome. Sorry, I thought I was having technical difficulties and I want to make sure.
Trying to set everything up here. Trying to bring the rest of the speakers.
All
Now
good,
I
all
can
good.
hear.
Yeah. Welcome,
Hello,
guys.
everybody.
Hello, Alfie.
How are you today?
Good, 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 good. Trying to set up everything here.
We are waiting on Blue.
I think we need one more speaker, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Not gonna lie, I'm actually playing Undead Blocks like right now. Just so you know, it's like up on my screen.
Sounds like fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Flu will be joining us soon.
It looks like he actually requested already. There he is. I see him.
Yay, Flu is here. Sorry, sorry for the delay, guys.
Dr. Ender, how's it going? We got Alyssa up here. How's it going? And then we got some people down below that I definitely recognize. We got oh man, we got a bunch of people actually that I recognize. I can't even go through all of them. Um, hi everybody, how y'all doing? Who am I speaking to on the Ascendex account?
You're speaking to Jaffer, the social media manager.
Jeffrey. All right, awesome, man. So nice to see you.
Nice to meet you,
Um,
Flu.
absolutely. And then we up here we have Alyssa and we have Dr.
Yeah.
Ender. I'm sure that Alyssa and Doctor have already given their own introductions.
No, 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 not yet. We've been waiting for you.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
we're trying to figure out technical difficulties.
dude,
Yeah,
it's been a thing. I tried to join the space like 4 different times. It was kind of crazy. So I appreciate everyone who's here for sticking around.
yeah.
Please drop a note in the comments for Ascendex and how patient that the Ascendex account has been. We all really appreciate that. Um, and then if y'all could just like and repost the space. Let's get it out here. Get it
Yeah.
trending in the algorithm.
Let's get started, guys. Let's get started.
No.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. Welcome to this exciting AMA session with the team behind Undead Blocks. Okay, my name is Jafar Liman, and I'm your host for today. Today we have some fantastic guests joining us. Kyle Gedon, the CEO of Undead Blocks. We have James Flew, director of the Gen, and two special guests, David Grendor and Alisa Alfie. So we'll be diving into what makes Undead Blocks unique in the gaming and crypto space. Yeah. And also, don't forget, we are going to be giving away $500 worth of Undead to 10 lucky winners. So stay tuned throughout the session. So let's get started with our first question. Kyle, let's begin with some gameplay mechanics. Can you please provide more details about the gameplay mechanics in Undead Blocks and how players can strategically earn rewards by killing zombies? And also, how does the integration of weapon without NFTs enhance the gaming experience for users?
So right now the earning feature is off. We are coming off of about a 1.5 year, uh, I guess, building section of our whole history, where we had to get the token into a place where it was safe first, and there'll be more details on that down the line. But what we're doing right now is we have started a 6 to 8 week revamp of the game, fixing a lot of old bugs, adding some new features, adding some new things, looking at getting in some new levels. But the first and foremost goal of Undead Blocks has not ever been to be a fun Web3 game. We're just trying to make a fun game. And then like incorporating the best parts of Web3 on top of that, just with like being able to truly own your assets, maybe even being able to learn a little bit about finances. That's really the goal long term. And so what we're doing and what we started with the listing on Ascendex is just the the start, the very, very start of a new era for the game. Super stoked about it.
That's really incredible. You know, um, the whole as for me personally, the whole idea of Web3 is what fascinates me the most about Web3 is the ability to own, your digital assets. And, Undead is here to give people the ability to do that. Your skins, your guns, and every other thing that you own in game is yours, truly yours. Unlike, the traditional the other traditional games where you own a game in the game, but it's not yours. You understand? So that's something I find very, very interesting, and I appreciate that from
I
from
wa-
from Undead.
I wanna hop in real quick too because
Okay. Okay.
I don't think it was mentioned, but
Yeah.
there are NFT based on it too. So it's like there is the coin and NFT based portions. Like you're saying, you can own your own characters, loadouts, different weapons, and each of those things will help with earning more tokens. So like there's different benefits for that as well. So like if you have like a VIP one versus like a or a rare one versus like a non-rare, you get to earn more as you go.
100%. We had three different collections. Those are the Genesis collection, which was our first collection that was dropped. There's only 2,500 NFTs in that collection. There will never be any more drops to that collection. Our second collection was our Apocalypse collection. It was a stake to mint collection. And then our third collection is our collection that we dropped with Immutable X, which is our skins collection. All three of those collections have different rarities. Two of those collections have full earning capability in game when that earning capability is turned on. We right now have about a 10 to 12 week outlook as we have lots of updates that is not only coming to the NFTs but also the game itself. If you have not played Undead Blocks, it's 100% free. You can go to undeadblocks.com, download the game. All you actually have to have is an email to play our game, 100% free. You just have to go verify that you're a real person. You don't even need to know anything about actually blockchain technology. We have our own wallet that's called the Wagyu wallet that's facilitated in the back end. If you don't connect your own wallet, we are compatible with about 22 different wallets, MetaMask, OKX, Rabby Wallet being the most used, probably. That being said, you do not have to know anything about this technology here in the blockchain ecosystem to actually play our game. We wanted to make it fun, frictionless, and free. And then as you come in and immerse yourself into the game, you kind of figure out how much you want to get involved. Uh, there's different game modes that you can actually play there that are live right now. Our game is live on PC and Mac. We are going to be pushing to mobile hopefully before the end of the year. That's one of our big goals that we're trying to get done in Q4. If not, we are hoping that it's fully accomplished in January of 2025. So everybody here will be able to play it while we're sitting and talking on the spaces right on your telephone.
Hear that, guys? It's coming to mobile.
I'm
For
actually
those that
playing the game right now, Kyle. Like
Wait,
legitimately
so it's
playing.
gonna be, when is it gonna be on mobile? And I'm asking just because like I'm at my normie job right now and I don't have my computer with me, so I want to be able to play.
I'm
yeah,
hoping
true.
you can. I'm hoping you can play it with Santa. So right around Christmas time, to the public, we will have testing that we are hoping to go into the first weeks of December. If all testing works out, everything goes as planned. I'm hoping that you can play it with Santa. So it's a little ways away, but it'll be here before you know it.
I think we should all play at Art Basel.
That's something we might be able to do for us and might be able to talk about something. Maybe. Again, we got to see how other things, there might be a week or two push. I know it's what, the first week of December?
Yeah, it's the first week of December. There's actually gonna be the entire week. There's a whole bunch of different activations, but the main days are on the weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Have to see with the tech team. Something maybe. It's a maybe, but definitely wanting to push out there before Christmas, if not right in January. That's something we had a meeting on earlier here, but we are pushing to mobile. And also, if possible, The new Saga 2 phone will be coming out. I know I got a Saga 1. I know the team over there. I'd definitely love to be over there as well, to where we would be on every avenue possible.
Here, guys, the mobile version is going to be available max January, so you should be anticipating. Everyone that's here should be anticipating. I'm also anticipating because, playing games on PC is not really my thing. So I'll be waiting for the mobile version.
100%. One big thing with our game on the PC and Mac version is you can play with PlayStation and Xbox controllers. They are fully compatible.
Oh,
So if you're like myself and you're not too great at keyboard and mouse, we are fully compatible with PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox 360, and Xbox One controllers.
yeah, guys. If you are not if you are not good at playing games with keyboard and mouse, you can just go get uh, uh a pad, PlayStation pad, and start enjoying the game and earn rewards too. You're not just playing and having fun, you're also earning at the same time. So that's awesome, everyone, for your contribution. So James, I have a little question for you. In what ways does Undead Blocks differentiate itself as the world first top tier crypto first person zombie shooter? James, are you there?
Flu.
He might have actually got lost service. We distinguish ourselves as the AAA first person zombie shooter by combining high quality gameplay, reminiscence of titles like Call of Duty, Left 4 Dead, Resident Evil, with the twist of all three of them put together. While we focus in the Web3 space, the mechanics of blockchain just incentivize our game to make it better. Our game is literally just a game built in Unity. We have pushed the boundaries by using blockchain technology to put into our game to make it better, to where you can own the assets, you can earn in game, you can earn with those assets. You can trade those assets, you can upgrade those assets, which is something that's also coming in the upgrades, to where your actual weapons are upgradable. To where you can actually do more things with them, such as trading them, making them worth more, also giving you a lot better edge, as in going up the levels, and as bosses and other things like that are going to continue to be built, and the game is going to continue to get harder and harder as you play it. Key innovations is our reward system, where it's pegged to the US dollar, and then we have our own wallet to where you can actually pull through. Right now, we have a couple different currencies. Undead is one that is going to be added there. Uh, we think that we were one of the first ones, and still believe that we're one of the only ones that have this figured out to where it is pegged to the stable. Uh, that's something that we continuously develop as the market volatility, things like that. We continue to build new things, come up in new markets as we're going through our fourth cycle here, what we believe going into the bull market. But we continue to build using the best technologies. If you have paid attention to us, we have worked with 2 blockchains in the past. We will be working with a third here pretty soon. There's some news that's going to be coming out. Can't really disclose that here, but we take the best that we can find that blockchain brings and tries to put it into our game to incentivize people to come out and understand what blockchain can do, has the capabilities of doing, and how they can use it.
Oh, that's great. That's very very great. When you talk about crypto games, play to earn games, you know, it's kind of hard to get a game that's a blockchain based game and has high quality. That's at the standards of games like Call of Duty and PUBG Mobile and the rest of them. But then I think Undead Blocks is here to do that for us in the space, and I'm very 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 excited for
I
what
think
you guys have for us.
I think one of the key things you got going on, honestly, because it's like it's just like when you sign up, you don't. It scares a lot of people off if you got to make a wallet, you got to do all these things, you got to buy NFTs, you got to do all this stuff. But like you can literally just hop in and start playing the game, which is I think key for making people understand like what it is. You're basically getting all this stuff without having to go through all the hardships that we went through.
Yeah, that's great. Also, I have a question. Though this totally outside the list of questions I have for you guys here. For my own, you know, for my own interest, I have a question. Do you guys have plans to incorporate interoperability to your game? You know, the ability to transfer assets from different blockchains and the rest.
Yes, 100%. We have a case of interoperability with My Pet Hooligan, which is a very large partner of ours that we did in 2022. We are looking to touch back up on that again while also expanding. Interoperability, we believe, is something that the blockchain brings that no other space ever has. We've done some pretty cool things already. We're continuing to build with a few other partners that you're going to see. I think it's going to be right at the first of 2025, though, as some of our partners are working on some of their projects and we're incorporating things, and some of them have different timelines. But interoperability is something that we definitely have always done here at Wagyu. We continue to do. We have other partners that are continuously to put things in our games as well. There was a collection that actually we were supposed to put in about a year ago that the artwork actually just got done for because they had some things happen internally, and their artwork team didn't actually like the artwork that they put out, so they just actually got us new artwork. So the bear market actually took their toll on that team, but now we actually have new artwork that we're going to be incorporating. So that's something that you're also going to be seeing. There's other IP brands, not just here in the blockchain, but also what we would call Web 2 or retail, in traditional retail, that are wanting to dip their toes in that have cases of interoperability to where not only you can interact in our game to have the blockchain edge, but say that you get rewarded or something and you can go use it in a store or go use it at your favorite place or go use it at where you go get coffee every day. Or where you get gas or something like that. There's brands that are trying to come in that are cases of interoperability that we are speaking to. And I'm sure lots of other firms and lots of other people here, as more investors, more people come into the space and see what we're building. There's lots of cases of interoperability. But we already have one with My Pet Hooligan. We're continuing to build that out. We have more that we are discussing. We've got a few that we have LOIs and MOUs signed for.
Kyle, I have a
That's
question for
that's
you.
exciting.
Shoot.
So, let's say I am a Web2 brand, a normal brand, and I want to be a part of your game. How do I go about, reaching out to the team? How can I bring my brand into your game?
We're pretty easy to find. All our socials, it's either undeadblocks.com, undeadblocks at Twitter. We even have a LinkedIn that's under the Wagyu Games here at Twitter. Getting a hold of us is pretty easy. You can get into our Discord. Our mods are amazing people that'll direct you to either an email for an executive or a business email that we do check and usually get back to pretty within a couple days, pretty quickly. So if you're legit, but getting in is pretty easy. Depends on how much you want to get immersed. We have tournaments to where you can get in and do marketing, do branding. We can give away your actual product if you have a product. We've done in the past Son Sound actually, or is a blockchain company here that deals in headsets and music. We've done something with them. We've done something in the past with Sixth and Peabody in Nashville, Tennessee that done merchandise. They are sponsored by the Tennessee Titans and the Nashville Predators. We have done events at 8th Denver that had an actual skateboard that was given away to the top prize. The skateboard, the board itself was a Tony Hawk board. It was an NFT itself. It was like one of 13 or something like that. Yeah, it was a very low number. Same way with our hoodies. We done merchandise. We done 10 hoodies that were individually numbered with a company that was a merch company. They actually did a LOI to where they can't actually do that logo and that branding on any other hoodie ever. We've done tank tops. We're going to be doing some other jerseys and things like that with some companies. It's going to be cool. We have been talking with a few other merch companies to get them in game to where like the branding be on the zombies or be actually on the bosses. We have branding that where you have to interact with the actual ammo boxes. So if you're going to continue getting ammo in game, you have to interact with those. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, or you die. You run out of ammunition, you got to go to the ammunition boxes. Other ways with getting through doors, things like that. I've even talked with door manufacturers that are like impenetrable doors. This is actually pretty funny for a mission to where you have to break through a door before something gets you. And if you don't break through the door, then you die. If you do break through the door, then it's a retail for them because the door is supposed to be indestructible. Sports betting, anything like that. Las Vegas, we have a pretty cool partnership with some people in Las Vegas that we're trying to get something done there. So branding, whether it be with sports betting, collection, gaming, anything like that, merchandise. Good Lord. We have billboards in game. If you actually look, if you go to where you actually get the MPX and you look up, there's a billboard right there, like a real life billboard, like people would walk on and stuff. There's things like that in advertisements. Branding, as in on our weapons. We've done skins. We've done Immutable X skins. We've done actual creep skins. We've done a skin with actual Neo Tokyo. We've done a skin with My Pet Hooligan. We've done a skin with Shrapnel. We've done a skin with Star Atlas. We've done a bunch of different things like that with branding in game. We've done some with other IPs,
Kyle,
such as
are those skins? Are those NFTs that you got from like other people, or are those just like earn in game or like purchase with the token for those
some of them.
skins?
Some of them are not in game yet. Some of them are. The Immutable X one, if you played in the tournament at Halloween, you actually got that skin. That was the only way to get that skin, was to play in that tournament. Yep. Yep. That's another thing. Some of these are exclusive to where if your ass ain't in the seat at certain tournaments and things like that, then you can't get it unless you talk somebody out of it or you trade for it or buy
Okay, I
it
was
off
gonna ask, can you
somebody.
trade them? That was my next question.
Yes, yes, they are tradable. There's more things in development that really can't talk about here. Maybe in a space in a couple months as we unveil something else pretty new, but going to be something pretty cool where you can trade those on, get incentivized to trade them too, especially if you were one of those OGs that was in that tournament a year ago, and somebody like you that wasn't. So they're really going to get incentivized to make sure, hey, you were OG and you were here.
Okay,
There's
I think this would be funny, but like you mentioned that Tony Hawk skateboard, and I think this would be absolutely hilarious. But instead of like swapping out the knife for like an exact replica of the skateboard, and you just get to hit the zombies with that skateboard as you go. That's a dumb
we
idea, but I thought it was funny.
we had some pretty crazy ideas that actually turned pretty cool. We done one with the company that unfortunately is not in the space anymore. They they just had to go away, unfortunately. But they thought up of a grenade that was a heart. It come out on Valentine's Day. It was a heart, and instead of shooting like actual grenade inside of it with black powder and the shrapnel, it was nails. And when it would explode, nails would go everywhere.
That
We
sounds so romantic.
we had we we had another one. We actually dropped for Fourth of July in one of the tournaments. A gentleman that is wearing an American flag. We're also going to be doing a leprechaun that's going to be coming up for St. Patrick's Day. Things like that. That's just fun for tournaments that are involved around the holiday or something that's just fun and gets people together.
Are there plans to make those like skins, quote unquote? So like if you are for those like holidays and participating, so you can like keep equipping them, and you get what I'm asking?
I would like to, especially if demand pulled for it. They wanted certain skins if there were certain ones that people were after. And in time, all of these will be able to be traded in a certain place and be incentivized. And I say, why not? I mean, if you have different ones, everybody has different taste. So
I'm not gonna
there's
lie,
somebody out
I'd
there.
trade for that. I'd trade for that heart grenade.
Yeah, exactly. There's somebody out there that would trade for a leprechaun skin on a weapon. There's somebody that would trade for, a duck hunt if we could ever get that actual write off to something, do a gun like the duck. There's so many things that you can do that because the world's so diverse, and somebody that might not like it doesn't mean that the next person don't like it. So that's the thing that we're figuring out. That's why we done 3 different collections the way that we did. They were all kind of different base price, even going all the way down to the skin collection with the Mutable X. It was at a lower price to where really almost anybody could get in. The average sale from it was $11. Looking at things like that to where the average person around the world can get involved, get in these markets, say they get lucky and get a random skin, because we do have a random generating to where you can get random skins, and you got in, put $11 and you got $100 skin, and now you start trading it, and in 3 weeks you got $1,000 skin you've traded for. That was the whole concept there, was to
I
get
love that.
people like what
I, I,
go ahead.
I have a question. I have a quick one. A quick question. So in terms of the skin, how does a skin, particular skin, has, you know, higher, how am I going to put it? Has more ability in game when it comes to the whole gaming experience compared to others, you know, not just in terms of value and prices.
Oh, you mean like
You're
if you get more experience or whatever?
Yeah,
you're
exactly. I mean,
you're immersed in the game. If you've not played our game, please download it. You'll see. With the sounds, with everything in our game, it immerses you into it. We continue with that gameplay. With that gameplay being built out, these weapons will be able to be upgraded. These skins will be able to be upgraded. They will be more useful. You will want to climb from the bottom of the tier to the top of the tier if you are competitive. If you want to come out and compete in these higher level tournaments. Now, I see us in time in 2025 having multiple levels of tournaments. Those multiple levels of tournaments, from where you have the highest of the competition, and then you have some that's your average day that might have to still work, do things like that, but they still want to come in and compete. Now, that prize pool is going to be much different, but you can climb from just gameplay, getting in gameplay, working through these tournaments, and if you've got a little bit of skill, you really don't have to put any of your skin in the game. I mean, at some point in time, you will get paid to play, and then you can put that money back in a skin or an NFT or whatever it might be, or you can extract it immediately. It's whatever you want to do. That's why we see the vision as it being the one-stop shop. You kind of you do what you want to do, whether you just want to come in and play for free, have fun with your friends, whether you want to come in and actually get more involved, play more competitively, try to win some stuff, then put those winnings back into the game, and then try to continue to level up. Or if you just want to straight throw money at it and start actually grinding immediately and buy one of the NFTs or one of the skins. There's different levels, and depending on where you want to be, we've got everything for you. And you can jump in and start grinding right through the game, doing things like that, or you can pull out your. There's avenue for everybody. So the game continues to be built out with the NFTs that's also being built out. They're being immersed into the game as more levels, more maps, more characters, more bosses, more map extensions. You're going to see a map extension that's going to be coming out. You're going to be seeing a new map that we've been working on for quite a while. It's a mall map that advertisers and things like that are also going to have a place to be able to put their own store and go in and you have an experience with. So it's all about the experience and the gameplay, what you want to do, what you like doing, and then how much you want to get immersed.
I was gonna ask about because you're talking about all these skins and all this stuff being put in, and I know like I'm running on a laptop. I do have a PC, but it's got an old graphics card like from 2016, 2017. This all sounds like resource heavy, or is it not? Is it something that anybody with like even a regular laptop rather than having like a full blown gaming setup can jump in?
Look, right now, We've got it all the way down to a 1650, I think, which I can't remember what year that came out, but it's been a while. Our game is about 4 gigabytes right now. Even when the update things like that come out, we're trying to keep it under 6. Uh, Takes less than about 30 minutes, maybe an hour to download if you've got a very old computer.
Nice.
Trying to optimize for more chips as well as Mac comes out and tries to do crazy stuff with their technologies and their chips. But also, as we push to mobile, as we push to console, I mean, we will continuously push out updates and things like that for PC just as much as we do the others, but it will expand some. I can see in time, but think about what a terabyte hard drive was in the 60s and what it is now.
Were there terabyte hard drives in the 60s?
Well, it was the size of a truck if it was.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say they must have been huge, like a building or some shit.
Yeah, that'd be like several buildings back then. That'd be kind of wild.
Love it.
This is
You understand the
you've
concept, though.
Oh yeah. I was just more
you
curious
you
because I don't like. I know, like I put it on my laptop. I said, and it seems to be running just fine. And I was curious about putting it on my PC, but it's got that old graphics card, and I didn't know how it was gonna react. And just
The,
thinking of like other people around the world, like how resource heavy this is, and
the
who can
testing.
play.
Okay, I'll give you a little insight here. The testing that I want to see and go through that'll give us lag will be the duos and the squads that we're working on right now. When you be able to go in with 2 people and then go in with teams and then fight against each other, fight with each other. Okay, that is when that problem's going to be a little bit more. So that's what I want to see there and see if we can still keep it down for one on the storage level, and then also see what graphics the demand of the pool is on that. If we can keep it,
Hey,
I don't know.
you know who I just spoke to today, Kyle.
Oh,
That same partner that we that had a great deal of weight, if you know what I mean. They're doing the big mode. And they got a new offer for us. So maybe lift is lower than we think. So
that
like,
would be insane right there, shooting zombies and then everybody playing at the same time.
yeah.
this is an
The
alpha, guys.
Star
This is
Atlas
an
style
alpha.
of like,
Oh man.
a bunch of people at once. Just instead of taking over like one map, you're taking over like a city of zombies. Anyway, some really cool stuff with some partners that we've been working with that have been a fan of ours for a little bit, but also they want to see this type of game. And so, like, what's one of the core fundamentals within game development is you build the games you want to play, right? And I think that that's something that within crypto, we haven't built the games that we've wanted to play. We've built the slightly gamified experiences that we've wanted to gamble our life savings on. And this is coming from someone who's probably gambled their life savings on GameFi more than most. Alyssa, I think you probably had a couple of questions that you wanted to ask within the AMA segment.
Yes, I do. Okay, so first question is, can you tell us a little bit about the role of gold Z-Bucks and the standard Z-Bucks, and how do these tokens contribute to the player experience and the overall ecosystem of the game, especially in terms of earning, leveling up, and owning assets?
Amazing question. This is something that a lot of people don't understand. Gold Z-Bucks is a currency that holds real world value. It is pegged to 10 cents on the dollar. So every gold Z-Bucks that you get is 10 cents. If you get 10 of them, you're holding $1 bill. Okay. It can be exchanged for various on-chain cryptocurrencies, giving you a direct way to monetize their gameplay. This is directly through our wallet. You don't have to go by anybody else. Now, if you've connected another wallet and that's how you want to do it, that is going to be available. But your one house stop shop is going to be right there. So you don't have to go anywhere. Green Z-Bucks is not directly exchangeable for cryptocurrencies. It serves as an in-game utility token that you can actually redeem for loot coffins, which you can actually get weapon skins, things like that, apocalypse NFTs, that you can level those up in-game, such as leveling up weapons, other things. You can do this by grinding, okay? Just literally just by grinding, coming in, playing, putting in sweat equity. So putting this dual system that supports both earnings and long-term asset enhancement. Now, again, this is the first time that we've done this. We are trying to see if we can pull it off, and this is the best way to do it. There might be some changes in the future. We've had some changes in the past we've had to make that we found there was problems. We continue to push, just like our token, as we're implementing it more in the game. You're going to be able to earn it. And then there's going to be a mechanism that we're going to talk a little bit more closer to the end of the year that's going to give that token a whole lot more utility. That token actually being able to be taken from your earnings in game and locking it up for a yield. That being said, the gold and the green you can only get in game. They are not purchasable. You cannot buy them. I don't care if you have $1 million and you call me, I want 100 gold Z-Bucks. You cannot buy them. You have to get them in game. That is why we've also created our anti-cheat to where you can't cheat and steal those. We had lots of cheaters over the past 2.5 years. Right at it. Yeah, 2.5 years right now, give or take a month. And we can show that through actual code and how they cheated. And we learned a lot of things from that to make sure that now they will not be able to steal from those pools. They will not be able to take the Undead token. As Flu said, we had to make sure that it was in a safe spot. A lot of people didn't really understand what we were doing. Unfortunately, people in these spaces like to come out and use codes and things like that that is not, legit and actually fair for everyone. So we took a lot.
You're gonna get this anytime that you make anything attractive enough to get into, or to farm, or to invest in, or whatever. Is that you're always going to have people that try to find ways to shortcut the system, and you're also going to always have people who eventually do find ways to shortcut the system. Now, should we bend over backwards and like hurt everybody else's bags just to like make those people whole? And I would say no. If you have an issue with the game, if you have an issue with not being able to claim, definitely open up a ticket within our Discord. But I'm just going to tell you, we're a pretty upfront team. We're not scared of much stuff, and we'll probably just tell you to fuck off if you were cheating, and we'll show you why we think you were cheating, and the burden of proof will be on you to show, oh no, I definitely hit 100% of those shots within that match as headshots, every single one. That's just how I roll. That's how good I am. All right, motherfucker. Well, let's get on a video call and let's have you show me how good you are. Right? Like, it's not, we're not your grandfather's gaming company who's just going to revoke your ban because you were nice on Twitter, or because you were mean on Twitter. So just to be aware, just so everyone knows what they're getting into, don't try to cheat. You're not going to get away with it. It's like, we can tell whenever you're cheating. Now, if you bought it and you're really, really careful, and you don't do too many headshots, and you only do it for every once in 3 shots, there's still patterns to this stuff. Like, that's how code works, right? Anyway,
I'm a little under the difference. Come out and try to cheat. I want to catch your ass. I want to catch your ass because I'm gonna post you to the world. That's what's happening. Is we've got a log and we have everything, including your IP and all kinds of other metrics, that will all be made public because you're stealing from our community, from the blockchain community, giving us a bad name. So we have an anti-cheat that is being automated by some amazing people, and come out and try it. That's what I got to say. I mean, as Flu said, we're a little bit different team.
It helps. It literally helps us catch those people too. Whenever they try to come in and cheat, and they try to use the client side stuff, and we're like, yeah, no, fine, that's cool. Like, we're not going to be mad at anyone for doing anything. It's just like, if you want to come and help us build the game, you can do that in a few different ways. And one of the ways that you can do that, honestly, is by breaking it. And if you want to come in and break it and then work with us to fix it, then maybe we'll consider that.
Yeah,
Um, so
you'll never hear nothing bad from us from any kind of criticism, whether good, bad, whatever. As long as you give us a reason, you can come to me and say, "Hey, this sucks," but just give me a reason. What? How would you make it better? What would you do, or your panel of expertise that you have? What would you please guide us into the light?
Well,
Because
Well,
it
maybe
is
I can interrupt you just for a sec, just because, like,
oh,
I
please
don't
do.
have a panel of
Me and Kyle are getting
expertise.
heated over here. We're
Yeah, you
like,
guys are getting heated. So, like,
I love
I'm,
it.
I feel like I'm the normie in the room where I'm trying to bring it back to like technical questions and ways that everyone can understand. And I'm saying this because I am not a huge gamer. I'm a new gamer. I get vertigo playing Nifty Island. So, um, I want to. I like games that focus on, you know, balancing enjoyment and financial incentives. So, since this game is like that, what are the incentives offered to players and investors, and how are the secondary tokenomics and value proposition designed to ensure stability and long-term engagement?
okay. Hang on, I gotta get my professional hat and turn it around. Uh,
Yeah. Sorry to be the normie in the room.
uh, the
Oh,
biggest
bringing
damn,
it
thing.
back, bringing
damn,
it
this is
back,
a
resetting.
casino.
Hello, I'm
Okay.
too
Gamble
short
life
for the
savings away.
machine.
It can if you're extremely competitive and extremely good at first person shooters, it can be a casino for you. That being said, I think that we have some of the best competition, whether you're a normie or whether you're somebody at the top of the top at FaZe Clan or Tier 1 Entertainment or any of these large esports teams, 100 Thieves. I think there's a place for you. That being said, bringing yourself in, like I've already said multiple times, it's 100% free. So it's all about the gameplay there. The investors themselves is seeing we already have 340,000 verified downloads that we have data on, that we have other metrics on that we can verify. We have done three full collections that have netted amazing numbers. Not going into those, but one of our collections with Immutable X netted over 300 Ethereum, went in less than 24 hours, with the average sale being $11. That's just a taste. We believe that we can hit every demographic on Earth, whether they have $5 to spend or $5 million to spend, or if they want to be like you, a newbie, and come in and grind and get that $5 from somebody and then start competing on the open market. Because our markets will be completely open. There will not be winners and losers chosen, as you just heard, anti cheats and things like that, trying to make this as fair as possible. That's the thing. That's the main thing about the anti cheat. Sorry to go off on the rant, but it does give us metrics. It does help us build, but it's the fairness for you as a player. You're a noob. You're coming in. Okay. So if somebody's always kicking your butt, but they're cheating and you're trying to get better, you really can't get better because you have no analysis against them. They're cheating. Okay, so they're
Yeah,
always going to continue to get better. Their cheeks are going to pick up on you. They're going to algorithmically train as you get better. So
I
who
just
helped?
saw I just
Go
saw
ahead.
this recently with Off the Grid. I've been playing that a lot recently, and there's guys in there now that are basically taking snipers and turning them into like fully automatic
Yes,
mini
sir.
machine guns, which
Yes,
is
sir. Yes.
insane.
I could show you codes inside of that game that would probably have them calling me out and not too happy. But they'll figure it out just like us. We launched over 2.5 years ago. They're launching now. I commend them for what they're doing, what they've done. I know some of the people in that team, they're doing amazing stuff. They're going to have problems. We all
Yeah,
are. It's why we try to put
Well,
our anti.
snipers in general have been like a
Okay.
thing that is notoriously difficult to balance over the course of FPS games in general. Like snipers are not a new edge case situation for weapon balance. There's a bunch of really great YouTube videos on this, and if you just search the problem with snipers, that leads to a very very popular YouTube video. As a matter of fact, I will pull up the YouTube video. I will post it in the comments, and then I'll pin it up stage so that everyone can see what I'm talking about.
yeah.
That being said,
Okay.
I will
Okay.
say
Okay.
I
Kyle,
was gonna
I have a
go for
question.
it.
I have a question. What do you guys consider cheating in the game? Is it code based cheating, or mechanical cheating, maybe using some sort of um you know trick or so
There,
to be better in the game?
okay, since the game's programmed in a certain type of code, it can pull out irregular code. So anything that's irregular code, I would say that, because you could do God mode, you could do unlimited ammo, you could do all headshots like Flu talked about. You could do all left eye shots if you knew how to code that and put it into the code. Of course, we pick that up, bang, pull you out. But like anything code based that's manipulative, that's not the original code. Uh, there's people out there great enough that can do some amazing things, and they do it so well that it's very hard to see with the eye. So that's why we go off of the code. We verify. This is blockchain. We don't trust. We verify.
Okay, you have some sort of moderators to monitor the codes, or it's being automated?
Yes, and it's got over 2.5 years of data with some pretty amazing people backing it up with all of our tournaments and things like that. That continues to build. It takes all the data when you sign up. Everything goes over to it. When you start playing, it starts tracking you to see how you play. So that's
So,
something that we'll talk a little bit more about as the new actual upgrades to it come out. There'll be some large announcements and things like that. There'll probably be a new tournament that's now announced just for it, and probably will make it for just people that we can verify that's never cheated, because we have something that's coming out just for the cheaters.
I don't know. I'm not a dev. I'm not a developer. But is it possible to make the code, you know, to make it in a way that people can't mess up with the code? They can't edit it. They can't, add some stuff to it. Is it possible?
Yes, it's Unity. Our game's built in Unity. As games are built outside, we don't build games on the actual blockchain or the code in that perspective. Unity can most definitely be manipulated. So can Unreal Engine. So can other languages that build other games that are simpler, or two-facing games, things like that. Yes, most definitely can be manipulated. You can go in with cheat codes. Think of Doom, anything like that. Okay, you're going back, you're writing in a command line. That's what you're doing on the first Doom when you're putting in God mode. Okay, just you're not paying attention, or most people don't think about it that way, but you're putting in command line code.
I was gonna say when it comes to code too, and you're gonna think of the scale of these types of games, it's impossible to get every little nook and cranny because there's people out there that even you get audits. Let's talk about just smart contracts in general. Like they go through audits on that, pay tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars to make sure nothing can happen, and something still happens. The Where it really boils down to is once you see that happen, does it get corrected? How quickly it gets corrected, and how bad did that break the system? So
Yep.
and you try to avoid that as much as possible, and that's when you got like a solid team behind you that actually pays attention to that. I think that's the real kicker, like you said, that 2.5 years, right? And you see all these things. You've seen a lot of the people when they first came in and what they exploited and what they didn't exploit, and were able to correct from there.
100%. That's why you'll always hear me give praise to my team. I have an A+ team that I think that only wants to work with other A+ people. They push out other people that's not an A+ level. People that's worked at Disney, people that's worked at Warner Brothers, some of the largest brands. Rockstar. My CTOs worked for Rockstar. Like we got to go out and get the best of the best. We went and got Flu as the director of Degen. I don't know anybody that gets in the Degen holes this guy does. We try to get the best of the best.
Flu is
That
in
really
the
sets
trenches all the time. Love it. Some of the best
everywhere.
insight you can get.
Everywhere, every damn where. Like he'll have the weirdest shit you ever seen, but you'll go look at it. It'll be the most legit shit. You'll talk to them at Bitcoin Nashville or something. They're speaking Mandarin to you or something. It's what, like, yeah, exactly. You got to get A+ people around you that can build and know exactly what's going on, and just like what you said, know how to adjust. It's not about thinking you know everything. Everything here is new. We're adjusting, we're fixing, we're building, we're finding out things that are new. There's going to be new ways to cheat. There's going to be new ways to do all kinds of things like that. I think that multiple games, not just first-person shooters and shooters in general, but other games will have those problems. We're friends with Mojo, with plenty of other games that are different than first-person shooters, and they all have their problems. And that's one of the things that we continue to try to build towards, while it also gives us different data and things like that of metrics to go off of. But for investors getting back, the Undead token has the cleanest cap sheet out there. We had the smallest circulating supply. Now we're pushing out and doing our TGE events with actual exchanges, as you see our listing on Ascendex. Really appreciate them partnering with us and doing what they're doing as we continue to push out and do some more cool things with them and more exchanges that are coming. Never really got to, like Flu said, let the token be in a place where we thought it was good to launch out for everybody. We're trying to do things a little bit different. All of my executives are fully doxed here in the USA, so we're not trying to do anything malicious. We're trying to run this right. We're trying to build something for the future that people can remember us for the next 100 years. So now we believe that token is in a much safer, much stable place. We're ready to start pushing it off. We do not work with any market makers. We've never have, as you've just seen all the things in the past that's coming out there. A lot of people didn't know the things that were happening in these markets. We wanted to wait for a lot of those things to come out. A lot of the things with the SEC, we have three actual recommendations right here in the US stating that our token is a utility gaming token and not a security token now. We wanted to wait on things like that, so where we wouldn't have people knocking on my door and trying to arrest me and take me to jail and things like that, doing crazy stuff. So as Flo said, we really waited. It took some time, 2 years, 3 months, something like that. But I believe we're in a much better place. We're starting to list as many exchanges and dexes as much as we possibly can with people that'll continue to work with us. We're going to do more tournaments, more push outs. You're going to see more utility coming. A lot of updates in game that's going to be coming out over the next 8 to 12 weeks. So launching those with the tokens, and as the actual token utility pushes out, people can go and play it, can use it. There'll be more tournament, more interaction. We're hoping to get duos and squads up and working right before we go on to mobile, so then you can play with a friend. You can battle 3 other friends, or battle 2 other friends with a friend on your team, excuse me, and do some other things like that. We're opening up our servers also. Like I said, we never really got to push out to Southeast Asia. So a lot of things like that.
You brought up something with like the cooperative thing. I feel like that kind of that. I mean, Alyssa, there's a question here for that. I think you got that. I think runs into the cooperative stuff, because I think it really does tie into narrative, story, character arcs, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I have been waiting for Kyle to take a breath so I can ask his question.
Kyle, you love to talk, bro. But I know you got. There's a lot
I
going
like
on,
to
so we're
talk
gonna
about
keep going.
this. I like to talk about
Yeah,
this.
that's
There's
true.
so
Okay,
much happening, so I
so
get
let
it.
me
I
ask
get it.
you, something. So, could you shed some light on the narrative elements and the character arcs integrated into the game? So, how does the storyline of Undead Blocks enhance the immersive experience for players? And what can we expect in terms of future updates and content expansion within the game?
Immerse yourself as in characterizations coming, as we have a lot of characters that are going to be coming to where you can kind of get more involved with them. This is something that's coming out with the updates. I think we have a few new ones that's going to be coming. Kind of setting ourselves apart to where you can kind of pick and make, I guess, your avatar, the person more kind of like you in time, working to where you can make your own avatar or something like that in game. That will take more time, so that's more in 2025. Something that we're touching on and building. Really getting people to come out and play, understand what that they can actually get incentivized for playing, the different avenues that they can kind of upgrade. And like I said, you can get started at the lowest level all the way up to the highest level. You're going to be seeing us at more places, more in-person places, more tournaments, so you'll be able to come out, have more fun, immerse yourself. We usually have something cool like a DJ and other things. There's usually other projects. There's people you can meet with networking, usually food, things like that, drinks, other things. Sometimes it's an adult event, but you'll see us at events like that. What was the second part of your question? Sorry.
So, second part of my question was, um, how does the storyline enhance the immersive experience for players?
We
So,
have
and what can we expect in the future? Um, So actually, no. Let's just go back to the storyline first. Can you just
I was gonna, yeah.
let
Let
us
me
know
hop in real
how?
quick. Is there a storyline for it? I guess it's
Yes.
yeah, because you hop in, you start killing zombies. We all know that's kind of the end of the world, but is there character progression through story progression, and
Yes.
how does that all tie in?
You have been dropped in hell right now. Okay. You are immersed in the full outbreak of what you don't even really know about. There is a full storyline talking about where people are trying to find others. There's an actual trailer that it talks about the first of the outbreak. I'm guessing you've never seen that. I'll make sure that that's sent out again and made public again. That's been so long ago. But this is the second in a trilogy of games. The first one will come out next. Okay, we did this a little bit messed up. Okay, we come out with the one where you're fully immersed in fighting and there's a full outbreak and crazy things are happening and you're just trying to find others while trying to find ammunition, survival, other things like that, especially after this expansion comes out, which is going to come into more you understanding as there's going to be hardware stores and towns and things like that that you go into and actually have to fight and battle. The first one that will be coming out that is called Block Assault. We are hoping to have a taste in quarter one of 2025. It will give you pretty much the full storyline from like basic life, like us talking right now on Spaces, and then like you looking outside and some motherfucker getting bit in the neck by something crazy, and you having to come outside with your shotgun and figuring out what the hell's going on, or calling the law because Sally Lou down here screaming because somebody's flipped out and eat her fucking dog, like alive right there in front of her. It's going to
Wait,
be
wait, wait.
pretty
Is there going to be
wild.
zombie dogs?
That's wild.
That's when the animals are going to come. I don't want to give. That's when the animals and the insects really start. Well, they will start to come in undead blocks, but you're going to have to make it through like this first level and kind of go up to the next one and make your way into like kind of something where the outbreak's closer, where things are more infected or more infectious. There you go. That's the word. So there is a full storyline. And in the third one of actually going and it's more battling the last of the virus and the people that are really trying to steal and pillage and all the things from you. So you go into a world to where you're not only bad. It starts out the full outbreak, then you go into the full outbreak, and then you're trying to make it through and actually discover something that might bring hope to civilization. You find other people that have morals and values, things like that, that aren't trying to kill you and steal everything that you have, and actually help you and make a better world from what you have and rebuild what you've got. It's going to take about 5 full years for all three games to fully come out and fully be developed is in our head to where it's in a place to where everybody can understand everything as it collaborates. Of course, a lot of those trilogies like that usually take quite a bit of time. I'm hoping that with Undead Blocks and Block Assault over the next year and a half, maybe year and a half, that you're fully going to understand the story. And then the third one's just you're going to understand that you're trying to replace and rebuild and put everything back together. There's still a few crazy things and still a few zombies that haven't been killed and a few rabbit dogs and things like that, that are still trying to hurt you, but most definitely nowhere near as much. And then as you get closer, kind of rebuild a better civilization that is involving just blockchain and we get rid of the disparities and all the things, the sickness and things like that. People actually trying to work for cures instead of profits.
Okay.
Hell
That's
yeah.
that's kind of wild. I did not realize it was a trilogy.
That makes me want to play even more.
That's something. Well, everything that you're gonna gain and pick up. I don't know if you. Well, no, nobody knows. We work with a partner that's going to be able to move assets and everything like that from game to game. Ours is going to be one of the first ones that they are working with to move assets from Undead Blocks to Block Assault and back and forth to where it's immersive. And everything that you've worked and everything that you've bought and owned and worked your butt off for and went to the tournaments and won, you can take to Block Assault. You can continue on with it. You can continue on with certain things that you will actually have and need, and you'll be able to pick up in the later life. There's items that we're going to hide that you had, but you'll be one of the only ones that'll be able to find it under a trash can or something, and then you're way down and it's a weapon that you actually had. Which there's my CTO. But there is a full trilogy that's for Undead Blocks. And Undead Blocks is just one trilogy that Wagyu Games is building. I will give you another taste. We have something that we are working on for 2025 that might be E for everyone as well. Our studio's growing.
Love it.
That's the biggest thing for us as we continue to push out, as we continue to grow.
So just to kind of, we've gone a little bit over an hour here, and want to start wrapping up. So were there any more questions from, say, the crowd, Ascendix, A Wolfie? Is there any other questions from the crowd? I've been trying to go through the comments here to see what was going on, and I think we answered like a ton of them. Like,
Exactly.
there was
Yeah.
you
I see
You've
Umar
said a
asked
lot.
a few questions. Jesus,
got Spartan.
Mia.
So, do you suggest we bringing up some people, 2 or 3, to ask questions?
Sure, go ahead. I got about 15 minutes and then I got to jump on a meeting.
Same here.
Oh,
Same
all
here.
right, all right.
So I think
Um,
Spartan has, like, I see him like 3 in a row. I don't know if he's still here. Spartan 4. He's asking a lot of questions. I think he might have some. He's got some decent insight. There's a lot going on there.
all right. We have 3 people up.
Perfect.
The dog. If you can speak now, you
Yes,
can
yes.
ask the first question.
Can you hear
The
me?
dog. Are you there? All right, right. Is speaking now.
All right, all right. My
Yeah,
question is,
yes, we can hear you, right?
all right, my question is, how advanced is the AI in Undead Blocks? Do the zombies adapt to players' strategies? And what steps are you taking to keep the gameplay challenging for experienced players? Did you get me?
There's new zombies and a new zombie AI that's actually coming in this update. There's only really 2 zombie or 3 zombie movements in what you're going to be able to play right now. There's upgrades that's coming to not only new zombie designs, but new zombie AI movement. Some that are going to be slower, some that are going to be faster, some that are going to be, I guess, mid pace, some that are going to be, their legs cut off and they're a whole lot slower, some that'll be able to run your ass down. Um, that is something that we are working on and upgrading. And I think that we have 5 new zombies that's coming. It's 4 or 5 new zombies as we continue to push out and make zombie children, zombie animals, zombie insects, other mutants of crazy inhabitants. We are going to continuously push that AI. That AI also learns as it grows and as it plays and more players play it, so it gives us data to actually be able to track it and make it better.
No, okay. Thank you so much for that,
I
guys.
see Simon's hand up. Simon, you want to hop in here?
Yeah, Simon, you can speak now.
Yes, thank you for giving me the opportunity. So my question to Undead Blocks that what makes Undead Blocks stand out from other play to earn games, especially within the FPS and zombie survival games, and also that Undead Blocks integrate blockchain technology into its gameplay, and what role does the JPUX currency play in the game economy?
Okay, what was your first breakdown question in the simplest form?
My question is that what role does the JBUX game currency play in the game economy?
I still couldn't hear his first part all the way.
It's what does Z-Bucks play
Yes, yes.
in the game economy? I think we
Your
covered it a
gold,
little bit earlier, but maybe you
your
missed
gold
it.
is pegged to the dollar. It's something that you can exchange to. Right now, there's Matic. Right now, there's Ethereum. Right now, there's Undead. There's stables. I think there's USDC and USDT. I think that DAI and a few others are coming as well. We've got a few more currencies that are going to be coming. Gold, you earn in game, and then you can redeem it through a blockchain wallet, cryptocurrency wallet. But I think there's 7 different currencies right now. Okay. Now, as we build out and we build more partners and we work with more blockchains and we work with more EVM and other compatible networks, you will be able to scale out into their actual currency. Uh, Go or green is just in game to where you can upgrade weapons, you can do other things like that. It's used mainly for a lot of the cosmetics, a lot of the lower level, I guess you would say, to get them to level up to where they can actually get into the gold. The green is something that is a much more abundant because it's not pegged to anything. It's our in-game currency that we use and turn in and just it's artificial. It's just to turn in and something for fun. It's really for the free play, I guess you would say. The gold Z Bucks is only earned in the VIP modes. So the VIP modes, of course, are a little bit more to get into. But the green is more for the freer play, the people that's coming in that don't have they gotta put the sweat equity in. They gotta play or see how much they want to get immersed in. So that's why we did that. Go ahead with the second part of your question.
Thank you so much for that, Kyle. Thank you so much. I think these are the only two questions that are going to be coming from the audience, and we are going to call it a day. Thank you so much, Kyle, James. Though James is not here, David, Alisa, for joining us today and sharing all these great insights. And a big thank you to everyone who participated and stayed with us throughout this session. Remember, we'll be announcing the 10 lucky winners of the $500 worth of Undead shortly, so stay tuned. Do you have anything to say to the audience, Kyle?
Thank you for having us. I appreciate you very much. Check us out, undeadblocks.com, and also check us out at wagoogames.com. If you want to check out the studio website, you can get to any of our socials by either one of those. We have accounts for both. Check us out, 100% free to play, especially if you like first person shooters. We're going to have some tournaments, things like that that's coming. Check us out.
All right. How about you, Alfie? Do you have anything to say to the audience?
Just wanted to say thank you for letting me come up and ask questions. I appreciate, Kyle giving his expertise. I am not, the average gamer, so it does make me happy to see someone like me
Yeah.
on stage because, you know, we want everyone to play, and it makes me feel like the average user is being, you know, spoken to in this audience with the questions that we've been able to ask. So thank you guys.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. It's pretty nice having you
Thank
here,
you.
Alfie.
Thank you, Ascendex and all others. A very informative and learning session.
All right, nice. How about you, Glenda? How about you? Do you have anything to say to the audience?
Um, yeah, if anybody, I don't know. So I was trying to do like multiplayer. I'd love to play with some of you guys. If you guys ever want to, you can reach out. Of course, I love games. So, and Undead Blocks is fun as hell to play. I appreciate the opportunity to come up and ask questions. Uh, and yeah, hopefully we can do some more of this in the future. And I can't wait to see some of these updates and get even more immersed.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for whatever you've shared here, Glenda. Thank you so much, Kyle, and thank you, Alisa. So, until next time, guys, stay tuned and don't forget to follow on Dead Blocks and check out their website.
Appreciate
So,
y'all. You
thank
have
you,
a great
everyone.
day.
Yeah,
All
have a
right,
great day.
guys, have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.